Spawning in the top left position as our blue Zerg player playing for Team Acer is going to be Bly. And spawning in the bottom left position of Entombed Valley as our red Terran player, it is going to be also from Team Acer, MMA. So, a couple tiny things I just want to note about today's cast. I am switching on my microphone. So hopefully everything is going to work as well, if not better. Somehow just better than everything else it could have been. I think I'm also getting a tiny bit of lag, but I can resolve this, hopefully. Actually, see if that's on my end. And I'm getting good FPS. Someone might be a little bit of net issues. I don't know. But as I said, this is going to be a best of 5. It's the first map in today's playoff series, so I'm really looking forward to this. We've had a lot of really great games leading up to this place, as it were. But MMA is going to open up really aggressively, and ouch, Bly is going to immediately scatter with his Overlord. But will MMA actually see Bly come in? Yes. So that's a little bit disappointing for a bit of a going for a 2-racks play like that and getting scouted so quickly. That really has to bite. You know, starting off the series trying to be a little bit aggressive, and this is a map where we often see that kind of aggression come in, and it's kind of known. Entombed Valley is like, oh, it's a 2-racks Terran map, right? So I'm really hoping that MMA is not going to be thwarted by this, I guess. At least not spiritually. We didn't see him cancel the barracks. He kind of saw, he was like, okay, well, the Overlord sees me. I'm confident enough in my ability to play versus Bly. They're teammates. You know, they must practice together, have a reasonably solid understanding of each other, of each other's play styles, and how exactly they handle these things. So MMA is going to put that first bunker down. Bly knows it's coming. The drone is here to try to fight this SCV off, saying, hey, get off my lawn. I don't want you here. You're not welcome. And two more drones are going to come down. We have MMA's first Marine. He's kind of trying to get into that pocket space, and the drone actually can't get enough surface area to kill it. MMA might throw that bunker on the low ground to pincer the Marine inside and keep it safe, but he will not do that, and it looks like this fresh new SCV should be able to finish up this bunker. Two pretty weak drones. MMA microing this Marine back, barely managed to get inside that bunker, and ooh, nice, loads up the SCV just in time, and it looks like Bly is instead going to choose to try to just shut down any reinforcement Marines that are headed there. Manages to snipe one of them, though, and he's going to need to ball up his Marines a little bit back home. Got some supply block for a teensy bit, but well, we have an SCV, a bunker with 2 Marines fighting this hatchery, and I think what Bly's hoping is that by delaying the amount of reinforcements that can go to this bunker, he won't actually have enough DPS to kill this before the spine crawler finishes, before he gets the queens out, and before he can, you know, not have to commit too much more to making Zerglings. He wants to be able to keep his economy rolling. One of the biggest fears about 2-racks play for Zergs is not being able to make drones, and even if you make a bunch of Zerglings and hold off the attack, the Terran player makes SCVs behind it, takes additional command centers, and basically just snowballs a victory off of an early economic lead by forcing you to not make any drones. But we're also going to see a really fast Roach Warren from Bly, so this pretty much means, you know, I'm not just looking to hold off this attack, I'm pretty much just trying to kill you with a counterattack, and it's definitely not a bad idea. Just Marines have a hard time without a lot of bunkers and a wall of dealing with this. And here we have the Queens moving down with the Spine Crawler. Now the rest of the Marines for MMA are here, but there's not enough SCVs to out DPS this Spine Crawler's in terms of repairing it. So he's just going to try to kill this hatchery. He's focusing it down with the Marines in the bunker. This is not going to be easy to clear, but if he kills the hatchery and gets away, that's all he needs to do. But the scariest part is going to be the counterattack that comes from Bly. And there we go. MMA kills the hatchery, immediately salvages the bunker, brings the Marines back, and he's just going to try to run home. He can sit up here as much as he wants, but once the roaches get out, things are going to get a little bit dicey. And I really feel like if he loses these Marines here and they get caught out in the open field, he's going to be in a ton of trouble. He could just be preparing, possibly pull workers, but no, he's going to follow up with a command center. He's not even going to go for the standard 2 command center after 11-11. He's just going to go for He's going to go for it straight into the next 2 barracks, and I really like this play because it's going to help him get up enough Marines, potentially Marauders, to help deal with these roaches, because he's about to see the roaches, and there are only 5 on the field right now, so this Marine count with a good bit of micro can actually dance with these, but MMA will decide to go back home. Not a poor decision at all, I have to say, and with the economic advantage that he has right now, 2 bases versus 1 for the Zerg, this SCV scouts everything. Actually, just want to make sure, did he see the Roach Warren? Yes, so he knows what exactly is up. These 2 barracks are coming back. He's going to be on 4 barracks now, getting 2 tech labs. I love this play. He's going to be able to move right into stim, and immediately as well double pump out Marauders. So Bly doesn't really have too many options in terms of going for any kind of counterattack. He's merely left to his device. He's merely left with these roaches. Any kind of big pushback, he really can't afford that kind of production off of 1 base for Zerg. As well as, of course, you only have limitations of 1 group of Larva MMA taking out those unbuildable rocks with a little bit of rubble they leave behind. And we're going to have a pretty, well, I guess it's not fast, but it's pretty fast considering the drone count, right, for Bly. So he's going for a fairly quick lair. He doesn't really have the 2 base economy set up just yet. He's got enough drones for his 1 base. He's actually fully saturated. So any additional drones added to mine minerals wouldn't actually increase his income, but he's going to go take another gas. So what I'm wondering is if he wants to go for some other kind of play, but he is just going to go double evolution chamber. And this is interesting to me because, like I said, this lair timing normally you'd actually say could be a little bit late for a Zerg versus Terran. But considering his drone count, going for these upgrades and the lair, getting all of his tech and workers at the same time is going to be very, very difficult. He's kind of had his hand forced by the 11-11 from MMA, but I'm really curious how he's looking to do this, because double evolution chamber for this situation, double evo and lair after holding that off, a little bit dicey, but we're gonna have to see. He's going with that roach attack upgrade first, so he's gonna be looking to continue on with this roach aggression, possibly go for a timing with roach speed. Of course, nothing definitive just yet, and MMA is gonna start taking some gas at his natural. Overlord should see this for Bly. Yep, so he is well aware that his opponent gassing on up, and we have double, we should have double engineering bay, no, just 1 engineering bay for MMA, so he's actually going for a build that's a little more timing focused. Possibly just wants to push. He has stim and combat shield about to finish. He started those relatively earlier, but he could just be trying to push once both these upgrades are done, and that's what it looks like. The Marines and Marauders that he has, look like he's getting a little bumbly around this bunker, not able to, everyone can't fit through. But now he's getting ready to push, and this is going to be really scary. MMA's taking advantage of that early economic lead that he has, that he obtained by killing that hatchery, and well, he is up about 30 supply. This is going to be super difficult for Bly to hold. He doesn't have any banelings. There's no area of effect damage to mitigate all of these bio units. There's nothing to stop them from being clumped up. No banelings. Infestation pit is not yet complete, and even then, pathogen glands hasn't been started. And look at this, smartly moving the Marauders up first. He wants to do a little bit of a face check, make sure there's nothing here to stop him, and now he's going to stutter step right in, blow these roaches to smithereens, and there's the GG from Acer.Bly. MMA will take game number 1 in this best of 5 series for today's Ripnik's RSL playoffs. Not a bad game. Not a bad game 1 to start. Bly, you know what? He scouted that 2 racks, but he couldn't handle the heat, man. He did not had what it takes. Yes, he did not had what it takes. Well, yeah. So we're gonna get into game number 2 as soon as we can. Don't go anywhere, guys. Let me know if the mic audio was okay that game, because as I said, I am testing a standalone desk microphone, so there will be negatives and positives attributed to this. Just let me know your comments in the chat, and we'll get you into this next game as soon as possible.